Well, you've made it to week 4, so we're almost halfway through this course. And this week, we're going to be working on a root cause analysis as a result of a sentinel event. So there are a few different root cause analysis videos I have listed here. You only have to choose one. You're more than welcome to view all of them. A little bit of a trigger alert. These are tragic stories. So please prepare yourself to hear all of the things that are discussed and presented in these videos. So you will have to pick one of these 4 videos and watch it. And then you will be doing a root cause analysis. To find the root cause analysis, you can also access the videos from this link here. You will download the root cause analysis Word document, and you'll work from that Word document. So usually it does take my computer a little bit to load these bigger documents. I would recommend that you watch each video, the video that you choose, at least once without making any notes, and then watch it again and make notes on the second and third. And you might have to watch it a few times in order to get all the information that you'll want to complete this assignment. So this document's taken from the Joint Commission. There's the disclaimer right here. And it is a student document to help you understand the process of root cause analysis. This first page, on page 3, actually, you'll fill out as much as you can on this document. Not all of the videos have all of this information, but you'll want to provide as much detail as you can with these in these boxes. So don't worry if something doesn't have an autopsy result, or you don't know all the medications, or you didn't have a diagnosis. But I have watched all these videos, so I know what to look for. Scrolling down to page 5, this is where it's a lengthy table. And you can see on my screen, this is a 20-page document, but I don't want anybody to freak out. You're not writing a 20-page paper. So on this first one, you want to list the relevant process steps as defined by the policy. So, for example, site verification protocol, instrument or sponge count, patient identification, assessment. These are all things that might have gone wrong. And what what's your analysis about what went wrong in this first blank column? So that's where you'll describe the relevant process steps. Now, I am going to scroll pretty fast right now, but I'll come back to this because you'll see over here, this table 1A. This is down near the bottom of the document. Sorry for scrolling so fast. So on page 16, it has the different types of root causes. So this is where you're going to get the information to place in those next columns. Was it a communication factor? And what type of communication error happened? Was it an environmental error factor? And so forth and so on. So again, I'm going to scroll back up to page 5. Oops, went a little bit too far. So you're going to analyze your findings, and you're going to put the root cause type, maybe communication, and what's the causal factor for that communication issue. And then you'll go to number 2, explain in detail any deviation from intended processes. Should something have happened that didn't happen? Or did something that should have happened didn't. I said that one. Did something not happen that should have happened? So any deviation from what the normal was. And then again, go back to that table A1 and identify the cause and those underlying factors. What's the root of that underlying factor? And do the same thing for numbers 3, 4, 5. I don't see a 6. So 5, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15. So 15 different things there. Then we get into corrective actions. And this is, again, you'll get these from A1, communication, environmental, and so forth. What were the underlying details and how are you going to correct them? These corrective actions should also be based in the literature, peer-reviewed journal articles, preferably research articles, whether it's primary or secondary research. In this last column, you're going to determine the strength of this corrective action or intervention. And I'm going to scroll a little bit again to table A2. So if it's an architectural or a physical plant change, it's a stronger action. If it's redundancy, so if there's double checks, then that's an intermediate action. And if it's, let's see, a warning, like an audible alarm or training, just telling people that they need to pay more attention, that is a weaker action. So sorry to scroll again, but you'll determine these action items based on the root causes and identify the strength of each of those actions. I mentioned that these action items should be based in the literature, and you'll put your bibliography in APA 7th edition format in this box. And let's see, that's more action strength. And that's the end of this document. So I'm going to close this document. I'm going to open this fishbone diagram because this is also required for this assignment. You might want to complete the fishbone diagram first. It might be helpful for you to see all of these different root causes and then fill in that big long table. So is the root cause a manpower issue? And what makes you think that? Were they short-staffed? Was it an overnight shift? For materials, did they have enough supplies? Was there a problem? Did they follow the method of the steps of how to, do the process? Was it a measurement error? Was there faulty equipment or equipment that wasn't calibrated? Or maybe they didn't measure when they should have. Is it a machine? Was there a machine failure or was it not available? Or maybe the environment. Was the lighting too dim? Was there something on the floor that caused a slip and fall and then a terrible sentinel event happening? All of these things feed into that problem that was identified. So the last thing I want to show you here is that there is a rubric. So just to get all of the points for this assignment, you need to complete all the fields thoroughly and completely. You need to identify and explain in detail each of the prompts that are related to the scenario, correctly identify the root cause types using table A1, the causal factors using A1, the corrective actions, and this is where you're going to use table A2, and you're also going to support your plan with at least 2 peer-reviewed resources, journal articles. Identify the action for each of 5 prompts. So you should have 5 interventions. And then your complete fishbone diagram is also part of this assignment. So I hope that helps you understand this root cause analysis. You may be involved in a root cause analysis sometime in your career, and now you'll have at least a basic knowledge of this process. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them, and I look forward to your submissions.